So now I have something new. Crucible. What the hell is the Crucible of the Soul? The Watcher unravels his vital essence of his or her enemies, gaining endurance in the process. So you're telling me I have even more. Crucible of the Soul, okay. What did I just get? Oh, the old Watcher. Okay, that was weird as heck. Let's move on for now. Let's see what else is to find around here. I guess we go... Let's think of looking some of these houses, shall we? Who's this dude? Phalian? As you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this man's soul. Voices from its past seem to call out to you. Again with this? You see a pennant waving tall and sluggish in the wind, a rising sun embroidered on the banner, the vanguard of a small troop of paladins. The atmosphere is buoyant, if restrained, and their armor has not yet been tarnished by the elements. This expedition is fresh, young, filled with zest and zeal. At their head stands a commander, awkward in full armor but determined in step. Despite the excitement of his fellows, he does not smile. There's a twist to his mouth, his countenance grim. He throws up a hand, halting his troop. Silence falls among them, revealing a dark thunder, deep and low. He orders them to ready their weapons and spread out. Eyes dart from horizon to horizon, necks twisting to see the source of the sound. In the distance, dust and lightning rise from the ground as Stygian clouds race towards them overhead. The soldiers stand, only the staccato movement of their breath betraying their nerves. The commander closes his eyes, calling a blessing down on his troop. Invigorated, invincible, they wait as the enemy draws closer, poised to attack. Oh, I guess it's some kind of info. Let's first actually check out the smithy. Black hammer, smithery. Smithery. Why is it smithery and not smithy? That would be more obvious. An account of Tuatanu's sales. These pages are nearly empty. Well, there's certainly something to see around here. I don't think I should be taking this. This Amawa man is of an impressive build, towering above the countertop. His skin is the dusky blue of the deeper oceans, and his thick arms boast corded muscle. Small ears frame a square-jawed face coated in smeared soot and arcing black tattoos alike. He offers you a broad smile as you approach. Welcome. You're the first new face I've seen in quite some time. What can I do for you? This is a stupid question to ask, but let's just ask it. Is this your shop? That it is. Been here near on 20 years. Seen all manner of things over the years. Good luck and bad. Tuatanu glances at the guard standing watch along the wall, but the Black Hammer smithery remains. You come to us at a strange time, I'm afraid. The stock's not what it used to be, but we've fine weapons and armor to offer yet. All forged right here at the Black Hammer. What happened? We just don't have the supplies. Been expecting the next delivery for near on a week now, and we haven't seen a sign of it. Have to expect they were a bit hit by bandits. The road out east is crawling with them, or my workers ran off with the wagon themselves. Maybe to make some coin. That one, as if that lot would dare. He's right about the bandits. The dire situation in villages like this in the exodus to the cities has created far too many opportunities for unscrupulous sorts. Tatwana scratches his jaw, thinking. If you happen to be headed that way, maybe you could keep an eye out for a supply wagon, or my shipment at least. They'd be cutting through the Black Meadow. I expect. Only good road for it. As it is, most of our weapons go to His Grace Lord Riedring. Tatwana glances at the nearby guy. as it should be, but it doesn't leave much for outsiders. We just don't have the iron. Where was the wagon traveling from? We send the wagon up to New Heomar with weapons, and it swings round through Logholm, and the like to purchase supplies. Shortest route back is through the Black Meadow, and then north through the wilds. Tuatanu shakes his head, and had a trader come through with word they made it to Logholm, but haven't heard a thing since. I'll find your supplies. Then you have my thanks, and bring those supplies back and I'll have plenty more to offer you, a discount to start. Oh, and if you find my workers, tell them to hurry it up, or they can take up farming instead. Why is this guard here in the first place? Dented and dull, these swords look ready for the forge. So that's the order. A wand. That's a two-hander? I'm sure he doesn't mind if I... What is he? Uh-oh. Okay, I wasn't supposed to do that. Oopsie. Okay, let's try that again. Let's not get into thieving, shall we? That's a bad idea. I shouldn't steal. Let's try this again. Is this your shop? What happened? Where did it? I'll find your supplies. Okay. Okay. Word of advice: don't steal. Bad idea. Is this gonna start another? Yep. You know what? I'm not gonna. That's a waste of time. I'm not bothering with that. I'm not gonna be here doing that all day. Seriously, it's just... That's a waste of time, I'd almost say. That's not really nearby, is it? Okay, I guess Ingrod's house is the next destination to go to. Wouldn't hurt. See what this person has to say. I'm just going around the town seeing what we can find. Nonton. This man and woman appear to have been deep in conversation, working at closing two bulging satchels. They move to embrace until the woman notices you approach and pauses, her smile faltering a little.
Good day to you.
Can we help you? She looks at her companion, brows furrowing with confusion. Do you know this man, Nonton? Yes, I think we met in the Valewood. I warned him about the bear. He inclines his head. Glad to see you've made it. Was there something else you wanted? You two are in good spirits for people who just lost a friend. That's unkind of you to say. I'm grieving my husband in my fashion. I'm only sorry I could not convince him to leave Gilded Vale before this happened. I'm relieved to be rid of this terrible place, that's all. It cost me the greater part of my life, and now my husband, and I'm glad to be free of it. Is there anything you can tell me about Gilded Vale? Ingrid smiles wryly. Only that you'll want to be moving on as soon as you can. You'll have seen the tree, I imagine, but the rot goes deeper. If you were looking for work, I'd say you have a better chance of it elsewhere. We're headed for Defiance Bay ourselves, Naunton adds. You two seem to be in a hurry. Yes, I imagine so. Ingrod laughs. We're packing for a trip, actually. I've been meaning to visit Defiance Bay, and she looks at Nanta. Well, in truth, I think I've had my fill of this town. I'm not taking any sort of... I'm not gonna start picking everything that's here. That's just cruel. Bottle of Sunreed is half empty. Okay, well, at least I got something out of it. So that's where that dude who ran away went to. Next up, let's see what the windmill has to offer. Ooh, a crate. Can I steal at least out of this? I'm sure they won't mind. That should mean I also can craft some more food. Or maybe not. Never mind. I need meat for that. The windmill's here. Uh-oh. We know there's more grain in there, Trumbull. We won't settle for scraps while you grow fat on our crops. A muffled shouting emerges from inside the wall. The first of you drunkards comes through that door, gets a shot between the eyes. God hear me, Sweener. I'll put you down like a dog. Come away for now, lads. We'll be back, Trumbull, and we'll have fair prices, or by the flame we'll have a reckoning. Well, friendly folk around here, aren't they? Let's look around a bit more. Nothing to see around here. Speaking of which, with crafting, does it also work with potions? Well, I have some stuff, but no. Anyway. Alrighty then, let's go in and see what this person has to say about this hole. An elven man stands before you, his relatively stocky build suggesting a life of labor. His face is pale and drawn and his eyes wide. Behind him a younger man and woman exchange worried glances. Damn it, not enough resolve. The miller raises a club as you enter. It shakes violently in his grip. Get back, if you value your life. Hold on, I'm not here to hurt anyone. The miller hesitates, then lowers the club. Wait, I know you. You just came into town, right? Don't tell me Swainer has already got his claws into you. God, that's all I need. My name is... well, that. And I've only just arrived in Gilded Vale. Trumbull shakes his head. You picked a bad time to come visiting. Gilded Vale's had all its shine scraped off, just a big dung heap now. And Swainer thinks he's king of it. They're all of them mad. Who's Swainer? The dwarf, the one standing out there spreading lies among the villagers. Bastard's been here for decades, and he hasn't gotten any kinder with time. The miller hesitates in the club for a fraction. What was all that ruckus outside? Trumbull shakes his head. Where to begin? Swainer's whipped them up into a froth, going on about the grain stores. Claims I've hidden away most of it. All I do with the grain is sell it. I can't create it out of thin air, and I can't hand it out for free. I pay the farmers for the crops they bring in, and I sell what comes out of the mill. Most of it goes to the Black Hound, on the west side of town, for ale. And Swainer and his lot sure don't mind that part. You take a look at the fields on the way into town. The crop's blighted, and most of what I'm getting from the farmers... Trumbull's gestures at the sacks and containers. It's gone off, rotted through. I can't pay top prices for blighted wheat, and I've barely got enough good grain to go around. Swainer's howling after things he has no right to. Maybe I ought to have a talk with Swainer then. The miller all but sags with relief. I'd be grateful if you did. He won't listen to me anymore, but maybe you'll have better luck. Tell him we're all having a hard time of it, and we'll all have to make some sacrifices. We'll be in your debt for it, if you can convince him. The rancid stench rises from this grain. It's mushy and mottled with green. My father's a good man. He's always done right by the town. I'm sure Father can explain better just what's happened here. What's in here? Great, I'll leave it. I'm not gonna rob everyone blind. I'm not that big of a prick. I don't know where that dwarf is gonna hang out. Probably at the inn. But first I've got another house to check before we continue on. There was one more house. Yeah, Offra's house. The speed mode really helps with this stuff. If those two are still here, yep, they still are. The Usurper and Clink. Yeah, I'm not gonna go through every one of it. I don't care how much information you can get out of it. It's just a lot of reading. Offra and her cat. This worn, dog-eared book is titled "Travels Upon Glass." There's an itch. Hi. A Derwooden woman is standing in front of the fireplace, humming a quiet tune to herself, or perhaps to her unborn child, for she is clearly quite pregnant. She turns her head slightly as you enter.
Good day to you.
Well, finally, I was starting to think. The woman makes a startled noise once she turns around and sees you. Oh, I'm sorry. I was expecting someone else. She gives you a cautious smile. Can I help you? Should I just say this? Nice cat. Offra smiles brightly. Oh, thank you. She's a sweetheart. Keeps the house clear of mice, too. I just arrived in Gilded Vale. I thought I'd get to know the locals. Where are you with one of the caravans? She looks at you hopefully. Master Odemas, by chance? I was, yes. You knew Odema? Well, no more than most here, I'd say. He doesn't usually come this way, but they say he's a reliable old fellow. She pauses, brows furrowing. Wait, why do you say new? I'm sorry, but the caravan was attacked. I was the only one to survive. Offra covers her mouth with a hand, eyes wide with horror. With a few moments she can manage nothing but a strangled, voiceless gasping, her eyes brimming with tears. I knew. I told her it was a dangerous path to take. Kalisha was always so certain she could take on any danger. Offra sniffs. Oh, my poor sister. I'm sorry, stranger. I can't believe she's gone. So this is Kalisha's sister. Interesting. If only I hadn't called her here. If I hadn't written to her, she might still be alive somewhere. Offra's face crumples and the solitary tear slides down her cheek. Why did you send for Kalisha? Offra wipes at her tears. I'm sorry about the baby. About the legacy. I told Kalisha as much as I could, but all I know is that for a long time now, every child born in Guildville has been soulless, empty. It's happened to so many mothers, and Lord Riedrich, he's exiled all of them, calling it a sign of the gods' disfavor. She sniffs. With my Eifhort gone, I don't know how I'd managed if I lost my home too. I hope Kalish could help me. They say Ranga, the old midwife, knows a way to prevent the child from being hollow born, but she moved south to Angslong's Compass 2 seasons ago. The journey's too far for me. I can't make it as I am, but I don't have anyone else. Now with Kalisha gone, more tears run down her face. Please, can you help me? I'll find Ranga for you. Hey, it's experience. Offra blinks, eyes wide. You will? Oh, God bless you. Here, I'll give you a coin to pay her with. You needn't trouble yourself with that. I think it's a drink she fashions out of. Well, I'm not sure, but it shouldn't be too much of a burden to carry back. Anslog's Compass is what we call the lagoon to the south. You'll have to cross the wilds to get there. That's what keeps me from trying it myself. She clasps her hands together. Thank you again, truly. You'll be saving us both. She sets a hand on her stomach, smiling through her tears. Hello, Kitty. Alrighty then. Picking up some quests along the way. Now at least things start to get a little more interesting. I say we just have a chat with the dwarf and we'll see till then. Probably he's hanging around. Alright, the smith ship against the grain. He's probably in the inn to begin with. So let's have a little chat with the guy. Maybe I can I need some more resolve, to be honest, to get this stuff. There he is. Just a quick save. But we're gonna just do it as it ends, as it's gonna resolve itself. So who are these other two? Breffin and Gothwin. Gothwin is a woman? Yeah, that's pretty much a woman. Okay, Swainer, let's have a little talk.
Well met, friend.
Don't know who you are, and I don't much care. Keep walking. We're not here to chat with foreigners. Alof narrows his eye. Careful. Looks like they're cut from the same cloth as those rowdies who attacked me. Smells like it, too. I saw you outside the mill. What was that about? I don't know what just happened, but my smartphone decided to be triggered. Well, someone fancies themselves a meddler, eh? What's that about? It's about Trouble thinking he's king of the town, on account he's got the mill to his name. The dwarf's jowls quiver with rage. It's about him barely giving us anything for the wheat we bring him, and then cutting our purses when we need to buy grain. It's about farmers going hungry while some bastard gets rich off their crops. That's what it's swearing! Wow, this game doesn't... shove up. What are you doing in here then? Let's first get these guys in a good mood. What if I buy you all around? Will you talk to me then? Swayman considers it briefly. He looks... Fair enough. You bring us something to wet our throats and might be I'll feel up to trading words. So I need a beer. Let's get a beer. Don't I already have a beer?
Greetings.
I'd like to buy a round for the fine fellows over there. Fine fellows? You're having me on. Any more fighting and I'll have to ban Swainer from the inn entirely, the innkeeper frowns. Until then, it's 6 copper pieces for the lot. Please, this is nice. Please, if I can just get them talking, I might be able to convince them to stop harassing the miller. The innkeeper studies you warily a moment, then sighs. Well, that's all right then. Here, free drinks for the free fools. You get them off, Trumbull's back, and maybe he'll be a little less stingy with his supplies. You gained an item. 3 times beer added to inventory. Nice. Making good progress here. The main character is supposed... You again? What do you want now? I brought drinks! Hey, so you have! By the flame, I never thought I'd be so happy for a mug of the Blackhound shit beer. Gods, that's good. Alright then, you've got my attention. What's it you've got to say that's worth a round of drink? Looks, there's no sense in threatening the miller. You have him up against the wall. Maybe you could ask some of the other villagers for help. Okay, maybe you could tell me more about what's going on. It's like I said, the miller's in charge of the grain prices. He says they're fair, but I know for a fact that folks like pay half what we do. The dwarf sighs. And maybe we've been a bit rough with him. And what are we supposed to do? We can't keep paying. We're going to starve, and do you think Trumbull's going to be sorry about it when we do? Look, there's no sense in threatening the miller. Swainer eyes you for a long moment, and then he sighs. You're right. If things go on like they are, we're just going to end up hanging him from that tree out there. He looks to his comment. Tell Trumbull we'll leave him be. Don't know what we'll do now, with the crops failing. Haven't got another trade to speak of. Think Pasca needs a hand around the inn? I could ask. Well, that worked out better than expected. But, wizard dude, you really should stay at a distance. You're not exactly what I call Rough fighting material. I like this. There's a lot of different options. I really should have put more effort into this game. Let's get to the mill. Fast mode. We'll enter into the temple later. I think I'll do that after this little job. Yep. Why is it? Trumbull nods a curt greeting. You're back. Have you had any luck with Swainer? I spoke to Swainer. Trumbull takes a deep breath. And what did he say? I've convinced him to leave your family in peace. Why that's... Really? That's great news. I wasn't sure you'd get through to him. They're out of their minds with drink half the time. I owe you a great debt. Here, he pulls a coin purse from his hip and pushes it towards you. Today's earnings, to show my appreciation, and you can be sure I'll let everyone know what you've done for me. I could use the coin, so glad to help. Now we stand the chance of getting through the year. Trumbull smiles broadly. All thanks to you. Safe travels, friend.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, that was an interesting little thing. We've got some more information around town. This place is, to be honest, not in the best of matters. But it's interesting, I'll give it that. And if you look at everything I have to take a look at, I'm going to be busy for a while. This is going to be good.
Sure.
So that's going to... what do I have to say? I'm really looking forward to seeing how this is going to go. But I'm going to have to put an end to it here. See you guys until the next video. Bye-bye!